We should be live by now, but man, the startup time. There we go.
Plans for the wall have been approved.
Cuban commandant died. The UK has left the European Union.
Which has caused a
Big crisis in
This is a bit
Spain.
laggier than it was
also
before.
aligned themselves with people to test ballistic missiles.
I'm gonna have to look into that.
Fellow Tropicans, thanks to me, Tropico is an undisputed paradise. But the values of our paradise are now being threatened. Threatened by populists and despots. I, El Presidente, will prevent this. I accept the nomination for another presidential term. I will make Tropico even greater, even bigger, and even better. Instead of walls, I will build bridges, bringing Tropico's islands and people together, rather than separating them. New means of transportation will offer great opportunities of exchange to you and our visitors. I will bring diversity, culture, and the wonders of the world to Tropico, so that all other nations will look upon us with envy. Vote for El Presidente. Vote for Tropico 6, or else.
Sure, let's go. All means for the options. I'm gonna play stream safe music. Let's go. That should prevent us from getting, you know, sudden audio cutouts. Not during the stream, but whenever I decide to upload this, or whenever there's something that needs to be clipped. Oh, we can adjust the population limit to what, 10,000? Tempting. You know, let's just see what can break. What could possibly break at 10,000? That will ever get there though. Just sending an ad out. And we're back to settings. Let's see. I don't see a problem with all that. Full screen. Yeah, sure, medium settings. I don't think medium settings look all that bad. I think I might have even played the game on medium settings not too long ago. They don't look that bad. If you want to see bad medium settings, you should try Tropico 4. And I don't think I'll ever have any issues with key bindings. Because for some reason in City Builders I almost never use shortcuts. Oh yeah, of course, before we dive in, let's do a little customization. Welcome, Presidente. Before you present yourself to proud citizens of the Tropican nation, please check your outfit. The first impression is the most important after all. We could have a female Presidente if we wanted. So finally we could just have a Roman Emperor outfit. What else? Basket hat, Stetson top hat. I do have a Stetson hat. They're pretty cool. Not gonna lie though, Presidente is just fine as he is. But maybe that's because they branded him so well. Of course you can also set a complexion. You could, if you wanted to, have a Mr. T Presidente. Had any more audience, I would start involving people in the customization progress. In fact, I do it now, but chat is a tiny little bit quiet. Makes me kind of sad, but oh well, what are you gonna do? So, what else? Oh yeah, we can have traits. Kind of normal. You have mastered the art of not standing out in a crowd and have made being average into fine art. If there is a more seemingly ordinary person in the world, nobody has noticed them. Others may accuse you of corruption. That's if you're corrupt. But your view is that you just like to be good to your friends, and your friends are anyone who has suitable payment to offer in return for something famous. No questions asked. Tempting, tempting, what else? Charismatic people just can't help liking you, even when you're signing a death warrant. There's just something about that smile that makes everything okay. Apologetic, you always have thought that a good apology was priceless. It's get you out of so many scrapes in your political career, your puppy dog eyes melt the hearts of even the most ruthless enemies. Standing penalty for rejecting demands is increased by 50%. Cool donors, manipulative. Standing aid for praising affection for election speech is increased by 50%. The relations lost for acting superpowers for financial aid is decreased by 25%. Praising a superpower increases relations by an additional 50%. It's not that you cannot control your impulse to burn things, it is more that you have not tried. You have a generous desire to take beauty in every flame and spread it as far as wide as possible. Oh, that's so funny. There was some, I'm coughing a lot today. There was some concern you might be working yourself to death, so take a moment to dig your own grave and rearrange your moral service before getting back to all other things that needed doing. I'm thinking Special Sense Prodigy might be fun though. Years of rearranging your refrigerator to attain a perfect tessellation of eggs and ham has given you a powerful understanding of how things fit together. A gift that you share with anyone who has a stack of objects for a living. Yeah, I think this one speaks to me. Alright, next up will be the palace, and we could start with a layout. There are several layouts, and I wish I could slowly let them cycle as I quickly head over to hatch a glass of water. And I'm back. Now. What should the layout of her palace be like? I'm thinking... I quite dig this one, everything in the backyard. But that's just me, cause center seems fine, left seems fine. Or we can go a bit for the irregular. Or in the right, or have everything split. Gosh, I think there was one design in particular that I liked. It was either split one or the irregular one. Let's just go split for the sake of a little bit of change. A little bit of change ain't bad. So, what else can we do? We can't have red carpets, so let's have yellow brick roads, maybe. Boundaries, I'm thinking hedges. Is that a shark tank? It is a shark tank. You know, I was thinking about kinda sorta hologram. I was thinking about kinda sorta having a helipad, but a fish tank? Man, I can't argue for a fish tank. Next, maybe not a guard, maybe not a hedge maze, but a sandbox, that's adorable. Now, a stone garden seems interesting. But let's go to classic flamingo pond instead. What sort of decorations? For flower pots. Do we want banners, or do we maybe just want... Oh, we can't have an El Presidente statue. Not yet, at least. But let's go with... I mean, not you guys kind of same it to me, but let's go with banners. Good old Tropican flags. Last a little bit of decoration. Boulder is kinda tempting. Got a cherry tree. Good old fountains. Hey, a modern fountain doesn't look half bad. That is tempting. A gazebo is nice, but who wouldn't want to have a modern fountain? Man, the water bills for this place is going up so much. Now, before we go for a layer or window style, what's the other wall gonna be like? Sandstone? I'm thinking... maybe plastered. As a matter of fact, you know what? Let's have... Purple. Oh. Actually, let's go with some pastel pink. Slap a little. Well, this ain't Saints Row, so let's slap a little. Maybe pastel red on it. Then a third layer color for the rooftop. Oh my god, this looks perfect. This looks magnificent. Unfortunately, I think we're gonna have to wait for most of these windows to actually load. Windows Style 5 seems alright. I'm thinking let's go with that. Boom. Now that's a palace. Yes. So now that we have a palace, let's just go into tutorial mode. Just for the sake of getting back into the game. Welcome to Tropico. You are El Presidente, the dictator of Tropico, a small but thriving nation located somewhere in the Caribbean Sea. You will build, expand, trade, and issue laws to guide Tropico through turbulent historical eras in which you have to face global superpowers, while trying to juggle interior political factions. How you will be remembered as a benevolent leader who caters for the people, or as a dictator, ruling with an iron fist. Whatever you choose, the main thing is that you stay in charge.
Hola, Presidente. It is I, your loyal penultimo, with a workout for your mighty brain. A formality, I know, for one of your brilliance.
Yet even a politician's servant must stay in practice. Please, demonstrate a few leadership techniques with which you intend to impose your flawless will upon the nation of Tropico. Penultimo is prepared to gasp in awe. You just met Penultimo, your personal assistant and most loyal consultant. He has presented the main task which you need to complete in order to finish your first tutorial lesson. Main tasks are automatically accepted and displayed with a golden icon in a task tracker on the left side of the screen. The task tracker lists all your tasks that you receive and displays a short summary as well as your progress on the objective. The objective is to complete a certain number of tasks. Now the first tutorial task to complete is to open a task screen and view each current task. Sure, let's go. This one, boom. Keeping track. Next up, pan, rotate, tilt camera. Middle mouse button. Oh yeah, since we have no minimap, we have an archipelago view, which I'm personally so strongly in favor of. And it just feels so much better than having to rely on a minimap. Plus, I think maybe a minimap might trivialize the game a little too much. Now, when you want to have a better overview or want to move the camera, yeah, of course, Archipelago view. Different speed settings. Pause time,
I am
resume
so
time.
proud of you, Presidente. Your control of your Tropico is absolute. Your loyal citizens do whatever you tell them to do, Presidente.
If you want to be the world's greatest dictator, you need to make sure you have a filled treasury for unnecessary expenses. Alright, we can do this. So, select the Teamsters office. This is a lot bigger than I remember. Also, the... I could have sworn the entrance used to be over here somewhere. That's over there, I suppose that's fine. The Teamsters office organizes logistics on one island, transports goods from production to processing buildings, transports goods to docks for export. Well, the Teamsters office now goods get moved from one place to another, even with one. Don't hold your breath for a swift delivery. Transshipment Center for Logistics handles the import and export of goods, handles the immigration and immigration of people, increases crime safety nearby. Because people do illegal shit on docks. And every island, tropical docks provide merchants, seamen the facilities to unload and load cargo, a place for stowaways to acquire free travel services, and scoundrels somewhere to sneak and lurk. Now, the Teamsters truck are already busy transporting corn from plantation and hides and meat from the ranch to the dock for export. There's also mine that it's not connected to the road. What happened to my English? So we're gonna do that. From Tropico with love. Now we just gotta export 50 gold on the next freighter, which is going to arrive in 4 months, 10 days. Easy peasy lemon squeezy. All we gotta do is wait. Of course, we can always increase game speed. Why wouldn't we? Here we go. Can I actually view what sort of goods? I don't think I can view what sort of goods there are specifically. All I know is that didn't look like a gold export. Ah, there it is. Storage gold corn. Next ship's due in 3 months. He's gonna pick it up. And we're gonna need housing eventually. Look at all these shacks. Look at all that detail, actually. Love it.
Look, a boat. It looks so tiny from here, but I doubt even you could lift it.
Other sources of income come from service buildings and residential buildings. Their profit margin is not as big as from exports, but their revenues are regularly credited to your treasury each month as rent or directly in case of visitor fees from service buildings. Now, we are meant to construct a tavern from the entertainment tab, and we'll put it here. We can always quick build it, but I'm just gonna let it happen. Like so. And we have a nice money tab. Basically here we can view our treasury, our expenses, our revenue. In detail what exactly we got revenue from. We get about $1,500 from rents. We're gonna spend $1,200 on constructing a tavern. And there's of course the 1,320 upkeep. And wages that need to be paid, like, especially for the dock, holy crap. We have the dock on maximum pay, don't we? On maximum budget. These guys are earning like mad, man. They better export. Here's an interesting thing. We are in an event where only 9% of citizens vote for us. That means there's a lot of things we aren't doing. Some goods can be processed into refined goods that have better export prices. That's the job of industrial buildings in general. You can process the hides from your cattle ranch into leather using a tannery. So, as we build a tannery, our leather will be brought to it instead of the docks, you know, for processing. And then we'll produce leather. And I think any excess hides that aren't brought to the tannery, those end up in the docks. And the docks just got rid of a couple of hides.
I knew you would get the hang of this way of issuing orders.
Remember, it's all about stuff. Build stuff to make stuff, build stuff to move stuff, then build stuff to export stuff. So you can stuff your pockets full of money, of course. It is the Tropican treasury that's really getting stuffed. Wink wink.
Making money is good, but you know what is better? Making more money.
The basic plan is to get things to make things to sell abroad, but every step of the way there's something you can do to squeeze more money out of production. All produced goods are exported automatically, as per usual, but there are some basic ways for you to manage your economy and save costs. Such as... Since you're currently producing leather anyway, you can commit to a leather trade route to get a better price for a certain export volume. So we export automatically, but we can get deals for more sales, for more money, out of less goods. And we have unlimited time to complete a trade route. So let's make one with Mexico for leather. And I don't think the task said anything about completing it, so let's set the volume at 10,000. Sign the contract. With a trade route you signed, you want to make sure your tannery has enough hides to keep it from running dry. So let's build an additional cattle ranch. The efficiency depends on certain properties of the location. So obviously you don't want to build a ranch right in the forest. Or maybe you do. Not in the sand though, the sand is bad. And there's also the efficiency thing. But let's build one ranch right here. And expand the road a little. No, just by a few. Just right about here. And all we gotta do is wait. Every building has a 5 budget settings, with the medium budget being the default, the budget of production. Buildings like a cattle ranch determines its wages, the attractiveness of its jobs, and its efficiency. So basically, if you maximize the budget here, well, arguably here, but not necessarily. We can make the efficiency be up by 25%. I don't know why work mode and condition are currently... Oh, because it doesn't decrease in fertility. Or does not decrease the fertility in its vicinity. So we can have multiple of these at lesser efficiency. If you have coin to spare, you can purchase building upgrades that permanently improve certain aspects. In the tannery's case, chrome tanning, which decreases the consumption of hides by 25% and effectively generates more leather over the long term. If you cannot supply enough hides for a tannery to operate efficiently, you can fire workers to save the cost for wages while reducing the rate in which hides are consumed. So basically we fire a guy. Boom. And we gotta close the slot as well, so nobody gets rehired. Some buildings can operate in different work modes that affect the function. So, if we want the docks to work more efficiently, we gotta go back to regular controls, which will increase crime, but Human exploit for both, and I think I accidentally hit reset chapter. God damn it.
Hola, Presidente.
I could just quit it, but this one takes what, a minute? We're just gonna literally do this.
I am so proud of your loyal citizens.
Had we already? Alright, now the game is just being weird. I think I literally bugged tutorial mode. Get this uneven terrain. Yeah, screw this. Let's go back to the main menu and move on to numero 2. Hey. Hey, Foxy, I think you lost the subscription there. Arise from the ice.
Your job would be so much easier without the citizens. Perhaps one day we will be able to replace them.
So, citizens. Did you get rid of shacks? It loses up, just misses space between the second and third one. Ah, right. So, 2 bunkhouses next to the Fisherman Volcano Island. This looks like Volcano Island. So we need 2 bunkhouses here, which are low quality residential buildings. We're gonna build them near the wharves, right? So basically one here and one here. Sure. Accelerate the game just a bit, and this is the palace. You get to design your palace, and I made a pink flamingo palace in every sense conceivable. I'm only missing the shark tank for some reason. I think that's supposed to show up later or something. There's supposed to be a shark tank on one of these roofs. Maybe in modern times, I don't know. Another limiting factor for your citizens is their economic wealth. It defines what they can and can't afford, and thus where they can live. So there's broke, poor, well-off, rich, and filthy rich. And it is determined by the combined income of a couple and their number of children. So we can select one of these guys. He's poor. And or his family. Now, as we do in the real world, citizens always look for jobs and try to find a home as close as possible to the workplace. Ah, hit me right home with that.
What
So,
a day.
Is he happy? He's not too happy. He's slightly happy. He's getting happier. That's alright, that's actually approval. That's how likely he is to vote for me. And the fun, happiness are updated regularly. Whenever citizens feel urged to have fun, then they will try to find a building that is close by that they can afford, which provides a high amount of happiness per visit. Disappointments reduce the happiness levels. Crime, safety, and liberty are different, as they are updated whenever the citizens are spending time at home. If an individual's happiness level gets too low, it can have serious consequences. They could become criminals, join rebels, or even die if the food happiness drops to 0. AKA if they fucking starve. My man Foxy, how you doing? Is all Gucci? retry the first tutorial. I actually already did the first tutorial, but when I completed it I accidentally hit the reset button, that's why it started all over. And then I kinda wanted to fast lane it, but ended up somehow bugging the ground, making it too uneven for a road to be built, which was weird, but it happened. So what the heck. With the tavern constructed, it will soon attract workers and eventually a fisherman from before we visited to improve the fun happiness. But the ruling is not really about catering to the needs of individuals, but rather caring for the people as a whole. Statistics, demographics, and average values are your friend. And they are part of the almanac. Boom, fun happiness, 25. Entertainment provided by taverns, 33 and 31 respectively. Opera house, 75. Revenue from entertainment buildings. We have revenue from 8 adult citizens. As you could see in the almanac, not only the single fisher was low on fun, the average fun happiness of all you people combined is also quite low. To find out where exactly fun is lacking, we're gonna go to Archipelago View, hit fun coverage, and this isn't telling me a lot. What's this supposed to tell me? Must be the fun quality that is lacking. Coverage tells you which residential buildings are close enough to entertainment buildings, which seems to be okay on all 3 islands. Exactly. Waterfall Island only has an opera house to provide fun, but most of the people living there cannot afford it. Use the quality overlay. It displays the average happiness the tenants received the last time they want to have fun. Red means low happiness, which is either because they cannot afford to visit buildings nearby, or the buildings are too far away, or they're overburdened by the number of potential visitors. So basically, this thing is overloaded, and they'll get better around here. I mean, I'm sure they can afford a tavern. I think we had an opera house here, and I think these guys just can't afford it. Right, so we want to build a tavern on this island, so that the local citizens can afford to have fun. And if you don't want to wait, you can just hit the quick build button. And it might also be wise to hit play. Oh, right, of course. We also need a tavern over here because this tavern is oversaturated, obviously. So we want to slap one right on top of here, build it, boom.
Is impossible, of course. So you have to play the numbers. In brief, you are number 1, I am number 2, and everyone else is way down there somewhere.
Just remember to check the almanac to see how happy everyone is, to lower the budget of buildings, to make them cheaper for people use, or to raise the budgets of buildings to make workers able to afford nicer buildings.
We now come to the troubling part of your job. Not everyone knows you are doing such great work. How crazy is that?
Insane. People always think they know best, and sometimes you have to be political, which means inventively bribing pressure groups to win those niggling elections. There's much to learn. In the previous lesson you learned about overall happiness of your citizens. It feeds into their approach towards the leader. However, this is mainly determined by their political views. As is usual, there are different levels of commitment to a faction: moderate, strong, and die hard. So, capitalists. There's moderate capitalists, these guys, strong ones, and diehards. Usually one of the diehard capitalists, such as Alejandro Diaz, is a faction leader.
Hola, how are you today?
Now what do we have here? Yep. Checks out. Again, statistics are more helpful than looking at individuals. The almanac tells you how many citizens support a faction, and more importantly displays the standing of each individual faction towards you and your government. The standing of a faction is passed down to the citizens oriented to the faction. So if you know what's what, you can, get a good relationship with the faction leader and maybe that way better influence the faction itself. Or it might backfire. So you'll want to have a good standing with each faction. They have opinions on a lot of decisions you will make, like building or demolishing certain buildings, such as logging camps. For instance, when you build logging camps, the ecologist faction doesn't approve. But if you tear them all down, they approve. And on the other hand, the capitalists disapprove if you tear down the logging camps. So it plays back and forth like that. So you'll want to have a good standing with each faction. They have opinions on the decisions you make. I think I read for that.
There is a flaw in our military machine. We do not have enough of the things that I want.
It is obvious that military expenditure must come first. Food and education are luxuries after all. And well-fed, educated citizens are exactly what the enemy wants. We'll build a watchtower. We're gonna build one here. I wonder, do they actually... Guards are becoming increasingly frustrated as the towers are constantly climbed by protagonists to unlock the next map section. So sometimes they hide their piles of straw. That is an Assassin's Creed reference. That is such an Assassin's Creed reference, like... You just know it's an Assassin's Creed reference. Do they used to require generals to garrison them, but I don't think that's still the case.
The best defense is a good offense, Presidente, but as yet I am only moderately offensive.
This has nothing to do with your leadership, or mine for that matter. Our army is simply not offensive enough to go into defensive. No offense intended. Sometimes two factions will have a demand at the same time, forcing you to choose sides. This is new. Even if their request is the same, in this situation you will always lose standing towards the least rejected faction. Dismissing a dual demand will anger both.
A good leader listens to the people, Presidente. Show you care for your Tropican comrades and win their hearts and souls, though you do not get to keep them, okay?
Speaking of souls, I'd imagine that El Presidente is looking forward to joining me in heaven, rather than going to the other place. The Good Shepherd looks after the sheep, don't you agree?
So, we either build a bunkhouse or a chapel. I'm just gonna build a bunkhouse. If the standing of a faction gets too low, they will issue an ultimatum. Or turn a pending demand into an ultimatum. Ultimatums are time demands and the last chance you get to keep the faction from starting an escalation. There is nothing to gain from escalation, so trying to complete an ultimatum is always a better choice. Your lack of respect for the military is unacceptable, Presidente. We're on the verge of a coup. Surely you know the risks of getting on the wrong side of the army. Please, don't make me sit on Junta, Presidente. I don't want to be a politician. There's an achievement for having two factions escalate at the same time. Hold on, I don't want to abandon that.
I am inspired. I have solved the problem of capitalism.
Oh wait, my shoelaces is untied. They're fixed. I wouldn't want to trip and fall on my face. What is it saying? No, it's gone, never mind. Well, I'm here. Perhaps could you help with the small tasks? Right, so 2 bunkhouses. And of course, there is an achievement for having 2 factions escalate. Which for you have to either play
our comrades
badly,
rejoice
extremely,
in your support, Presidente. And of course, we all rejoice equally.
Or just do it on purpose. I wonder if it's possible by accident to have 2 factions escalate. I think we would have to play hardcore on... Oh hey, it's the scrub that comments on me playing games and stuff. Hi there, man. But I think we're gonna have to do something like go extremist, capitalist to make 2 factions escalate.
The best defense is a good offense, Presidente, but as yet I am only moderately offensive.
You'd have to basically ignore every request and the ultimatums. Yeah, that's basically it. Or you would have to do certain things that drives faction approval into the ground and then decline the ultimatum. So, citizens have approval, disapproval, Inspect support, 62%, 14% are undecided. A powerful epic showdown in Pathfinder. Ooh, man. So I'm doing pretty okay. Been a bit of a stressful week. In fact, I've pretty much spent all Saturday not sleeping. Or almost not sleeping. It's terrible, man. Then I slept all the way till noon today. Terrible habit. Terrible, terrible habit. Roleplay, man, it ruins you. Now, it wasn't roleplay, it was a bunch of paperwork I had to get done by Friday. But I done it. Of course, then I had to, wanted to, drove myself to write some article. And we're down to election speeches in Tropico 6.
The citizens are demanding elections, Presidente. It seems that they want a choice in how they are ruled. So selfish.
They're sneaking into a cathedral to assassinate a fabled leader of an army of 4,000 giants. What is this, Attack on Titan? Are your... Hey Kofuf, are your assassins das Essen or are your assassins the Jäger? Another achievement, don't have an election for 20 years in a row. You know, the loyalists actually approve of having no elections whatsoever. There's actually also a palace object that you can unlock. Miss me for the weep talk. You gotta hold up a mirror or something. It's a dwarf, goblin, elf, and half-elf doing this. A dwarf and an elf and a half-elf. That can't end well, man. Stay in the colonial era for 30 years is an achievement too. There's a lot of achievements. But it's not particularly hard to stay in one era. Citizens are demanding elections, Presidente. It seems that they want a choice in how they are ruled. So selfish. So let's deliver a speech. Let us acknowledge an issue, such as fun happiness, and let us praise our dear militarists, and blame the allies. Which is my favorite passage of the speech. Here's President, bring out the goblin. Well, the goblin is, you know, just trying to make a profit. What's so bad about the goblin? The militarists have so few supporters. Isn't that more like the approval rating? I'm pretty sure that's the approval rating. But yeah, I still gotta figure out if it pays to praise when they're at 16 or if I should do it when they're closer to 47. Hey, let's deliver a speech.
People of Tropico, it is I, your Presidente. You have showed your faith in me, and that faith will be rewarded. Every Tropican will get what they deserve. My people, are you bored? Let Presidente entertain you. Oh, is nothing fun anymore? Let Presidente be all the fun you need. You don't enjoy life? Let Presidente enjoy it for you. And as we strive, our efforts are protected by our brave Tropican army. Our fighting men and women give no quarter, and neither do our soldiers. Of course, we have enemies too. These so-called allies mislead with their very name. Their propaganda is advanced, but we shall not be fooled. I have heard it said that Tropico is no fun. Well, soon it will be twice as entertaining as it ever was, and half as boring too. That's 4 times the amusement for everyone. So vote El Presidente for the future that you deserve. All of you. Viva Tropico!
These allies, the sea with their name. You know, people are your enemies when they call themselves allies. Literally. The goblin's actually a former cannibal who saw the wrongness of his ways and has since converted to a lawful good. Deity of honor and justice. I have so many objections against that. The goblins must be exploited, as must the people who are going to vote for us. Should I be concerned that all tropical players have voiced south of the axis? Wait, do they actually? I think, I don't know if that's true for all of them, but I think some of them do it for the irony's sake. Or they think it's more immersive. For a dictator to south of the axis. Or maybe they just like trains. Next up, win the next election. Isn't there an edict for that? I'm not seeing a single streamer who didn't settle the access. That's curious. That gives me an idea. Why don't I settle the allies? Just to be that guy. It's kind of fun to blame the allies though. Because their name is so easy to drag through the ground. I mean, come on. They mislead with their very name.
I'm sure the good citizens of Tropico intend to vote for you, Presidente. I myself intend to vote for you many, many times.
I mean, Also, should I be more concerned as this guy from Austria is for Axis? Yes, should be. Especially if he's been rejected from art school. Like, that's all the red flag you need. The second somebody is kicked out of art school, that guy's a problem.
The election is a landslide, Presidente. The metaphorical kind, not the kind that accidentally reduces the size of the workforce.
Of course, the outcome was never in doubt. The people love the Presidente as much as their loyal Penultimo does. And see, I have a present for you. Your very own wartime medal of valor for courage, selflessness, and electability. It's made of chocolate, so be careful in the sun. "45 loyal Tropicans." Oh yeah, we get to set a constitution. So let's just... Tempting. Let's just stick with wealthy citizens voting. A militia, call it a day.
Keeping all the factions sweet is the key to political success. It is also impossible, which is why politics is such good fun.
You need to test if Tropico 6 multiplayer has co-op mode? Isn't that supposed to be the idea? Like, is Tropico ever PvP? pretty sure the idea was co-op up to 3 players.
Government. This is Loyal Penultimo's specialist subject. I have all the specs and diagrams at home.
In Tropico 6 you can choose teams. Guess we'll see. Now, the major fun part of being a dictator is coming up with new rules, issuing edicts, and changing the constitution for a bigger impact. But one step at a time. To research, we first need a building that generates knowledge. Hey, do you wonder if you could get away on any platform on the internet by mimicking a Hitler voice? A Hitler accent? I have no idea why the question crossed my mind, it just did. I like parodies, man. Yes, you're an official PR manager, don't. Don't you mean 9? But if you're on the same team, does it mean you run the same nation or run 2 nations at the same time? We're gonna have to see. We're gonna have to see. To work in a library, a Tropica needs to have a high school education. Other workplaces may even require college education. You can build high schools and colleges to qualify people over time. For now, we want educated workers quickly, so let's request some from abroad. Or just one, apparently. What's up with the American accent? I don't know, man, I just felt like it. The library workers generate knowledge that you expand for research, or to research your regime tools, rather. Tools like building work modes, constitution amendments, and edicts. Select any researchable item you have researched. I'm breaking, man. You can also select multiple items and add them to a queue to be researched one after another automatically. You had a delicious durum? I know it's probably durum, but I call it durum. Is it durum? God, I should know this. But we call it durum all the time. Durum is the word. I know what a durum is. God, man. Let's research a wealth tax and issue 2 edicts.
For some reason, other nations never quite manage
$5 for every rich or filthy rich adult each month.
By raising a tax that only
Tongue, what
affects
are you
the
doing?
wealthiest citizens. It's free money in the treasury, and the only... With a program for industrialization, we can plan far enough ahead to make money, but not so far ahead as to have to worry about environmental impact. With just one not-so-small upfront fee, we can slash the cost of building each and every new factory. It is not only a great way to boost the economy, but it also helps fill our skies with the pleasing wispiness of chimney smoke.
Durum the size of your upper arm. Now I want to know what size your upper arm even is. You don't even work out, do you? I mean, you maybe work out casually, but nothing too extreme. Actually, I wouldn't buy you in working out at all. Do you work out? Great tool for placing factions and receiving gameplay bonuses is the Ministry. So let us appoint some ministers after we build a ministry. What's the point in holding my arm up when there's no camera? God damn it. Department of Education. I can't see their skill. Oh, I see. So, depending on which faction they belong to, they give certain bonuses and or penalties. So for education, let's go with let's go with capitalism. Only those with money can succeed in studying. Wait for progression task. Which one? This one?
The
Let's
wars
go.
are over, Presidente. I would kiss you if it was not treason to do.
I would kiss you if it wasn't treason to do. That's right, Penultimo. No homo. Start with World Wars. Tropico has a constitution. Every time you progress to the next era, you need to decide on new mandatory constitution topics. Alright, let's go. Well, citizens vote. Let's go militia. And economy first for, what was it, ecology? And let's go with separation of powers. No separation. All power belongs to El Presidente. Creating the program for what's an M60E6? I literally have no idea what an M60E6 is. So, we want an embassy and invite the Eastern Bloc. I have a question. Why is the Eastern Bloc? I thought this might have been a beta typo. Why is the Eastern Bloc with only a C? Is that a technical term? Oh, that M60. Oh. I actually did suspect it. I see. I see. Weighs your share of 10 kilo and you have to be able to stand up and fire from the shoulder. Yeah. Yeah, you know, machine guns tend to do it, especially when they're heavy machine guns. They require a bit of strength. It's kind of weird. I'm not used to the term block being written like that. It's just strange to me. Like that sounds like something you would... That sounds like something French, actually. Block sounds like the French word for block. And when I say block, I mean a German kind of block. And I don't mean a building block, I mean the actual block, the... how do I call it? A group of countries, exactly, political parties of common interests who form an alliance, which is exactly what a block is, except in any language that isn't French or Spanish, I suppose, block is usually written with a K. But hey, Frenchmen gonna be Frenchmen. So much of the English language is actually French. Block is actually a French word, yeah, which means block. Ah, quelle surprise! Alright, let's invite the Eastern Bloc. Le Bloc.
Governance is your vocation.
And ask for financial aid.
Your calling. The people cannot govern themselves. They are too small.
They need you. In 2001, King Jong-il's eldest son, Kim Jong-nam, was caught using fake Dominican passport to enter Japan. When asked for an explanation, he said, I missed that. Screw you, game.
Boats, telepheric gondolas. Your mighty arm reaches everywhere, but the people, they must be transported.
Alright, so I'm pretty sure Tropico 5 didn't have garages. If it did, then I missed something. But Tropico 5 was weird. Let's be honest. He just wanted to visit Disneyland. Oh. It did? It did? I don't know, something about Tropico 5 was just weird. At some point you might want to expand across the sea, for instance to build an oil well over an oil deposit on Okelo Island. So, we can build a landing. Let's do that. Tropico 5 was really Tropico 6 Ghetto Edition. I think Tropico 5 was really Tropico Ghetto Edition. Because even Tropico 4 feels a lot more playable than Tropico 5. Even Tropico 3 does. Do I want to bother waiting? Where are actually... Is this the construction workers' boat or... Oh no, there they are. Boom. Tropico 5 still has this awful bug that keeps from deleting roads for a certain reason. That's so weird though. In the tutorial just now, I deleted, or no, actually made a road, and then I got the task to build a road. And for some reason the road apparently didn't connect to the mine according to the game, so I deleted the road, then I tried to build again, but it was uneven to run, and I was like, what? And I said screw it and moved on to the next tutorial. Still was weird, never encountered that before. I want an oil well right here. Is it just one? Just one. Just the one. Are we good? We're good. You know what? I'm impatient. Boom. The operating range of Teamsters is limited to the road network they are connected to. So, I'm gonna need a Teamster port on Volcano Island. Tropicans commute a lot between their homes, their jobs, and all the buildings they visit to satisfy their happiness aspects. Improving time it takes them not... Oh, improving the time it takes makes them not only happier, but also improves the economy of travel. Equals idle. Where do we want a road actually? Like, oh, we want to build a bridge. Wait, from? Center roads to the Volcano Island roads. Nothing extreme. Just, oh, fine. Fine, we'll go this way. I think. Is it? Am I doing this right? Am I doing this wrong? Let me just set up like this. This is how you construct roads, gentlemen. Why did I make you build all these piers only to tell you to then make a bridge? Because in Tropico we don't just park in the streets, every driving tour needs to start and end in the building. So, parking decks. We're gonna build one here. Which actually may as well have been here. But screw it, now we're getting 2 parking decks because why wouldn't you? Is this what happens when they say a project will cost 200 million? It runs up to 400 million? Yeah, that is exactly what happens. Public transportation. Buses. Tropico 5 might have had buses. I don't really remember. Let me just figure out where I want to have the bus stop exactly. Let's go with here, and then we're gonna set up a starting bus stop around go with around here somewhere. And then the ending, it had a subway in modern times, but no bus. Why would you not have a bus? Buildings from later eras are increasingly depending on electric power and will not work properly until enough power is provided. You are going to build a power plant? and a coal and a Teamster's office on Waterfall Island, which is totally not derived from the fact that there's a waterfall. Fish farm. I love the fact that this is a thing. What did we say? We wanted a Teamster office. Let's just slap one on top of here. This is fine. And the power plant. It wasn't traffic infrastructure, wasn't it? Of course it was. Let's just put it here for maximum fire. For maximum fire lack of safety. Also known as maximum fire hazard. So good. Fire hazard, never heard of her. No. Alright, we want a arcade on Waterfall and Volcano Island. There was a shopping mall, wasn't it? We tend to call arcades that, at least in Europe. Construct electric substations so like to connect the power from Volcano Island to all the other islands. That much is obvious. We want one here. We want one over there. But before we do that, we seem to be required to... That's the wrong electric substation. To build one here. I'm gonna assume that's how it works. Oh yeah. What do you mean not in a designated area? Was it in the entertainment? Yeah. Are we supposed to finish building it here first? And then move on to building elsewhere? It's the lack of coal, isn't it? Have some more budget. Is it still shift click? No? I'm a bit annoyed that they removed the shift click feature. I mean, sure, you can do this, but then you're prone to misclicking. Gotta cater for the old people too, man. Is this coal mine working or still pending? We gotta wait for the coal to get into the power plant. build one here. And there was the matter of electric substations. Is it going to expand if I build one here?
Transportation is what cities of the future need. Actually, it is what cities of the present need. Who knows about the future? Tourists, Presidente.
I actually never asked the question if electric substations need to be in the zone. It might be that I overbuilt. I don't know. But starting with the cold area, you can lure visitors from other countries to Tropico, making tourism a legitimate alternate way of making money. I believe it has to be in a zone. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it has to be in a zone. Build a cabana village on Waterfall Island and a scenic outlook. So, Cabana Village, scenic outlook. Next up, we need a tourist port, which we're gonna build here for some reason. Yuck, tourists. Foreigners. Potential immigrants. I'll let you in a little joke, I'm an immigrant too. That was the almanac, wasn't it? A Croatian guy living in Austria as an immigrant? No, no, no way. Why would that be an immigrant? Oh, off a tourist. Right. You guy?
Every day is an adventure.
Partied out. Give me a minute alone in my hotel room. I get bored if I'm not paragliding with a shark. Every tourist will rate their vacation in Tropico. And we have a tourist rating up in the almanac, which is by economy, and the higher our tourist rating goes, the more tourists we get to capitalize upon. Big market in Croatia, let me tell you. Oh, of course, literally click the thing, sure. I knew that. Tourism entertainment buildings often offer work modes to specialize in servicing a certain tourist type or changing the required economic wealth level. You should try orientating your accommodations and entertainment buildings towards one or two tourist types for a start. Cool, so let's make the arcade tourists only and move on.
criminals and rebels. Ugh. Penultimo is sick at the thought of people not paying you taxes for any reason.
But it will never stop happening if you don't learn about it, I suppose. Oppressed citizens will become rebels and later join the guerrillas that are planning to overthrow you. Unemployment motivates people to become criminal, draining money from the system. So, to mitigate that, we're gonna need security checkpoints next to parking decks, 2 watchtowers, and uncover hidden rebels and criminals. So, parking decks. Am I blind? Oh. One security checkpoint, and I could have sworn the other parking deck was over here. Not. Alright, fine. Of course, a watchtower here, a watchtower there. Of the intent of decreasing crime, I guess. Enables the building to discover the roles of crime lord and rebel leader. And of course we want an asylum on Waterfall Island. Build it here. Next up, we want to institutionalize a rebel. So we want to look for special citizens. There's faction leaders. There's is that criminals? Yep.
I am sorry, not today.
This rebel
please.
scum is gonna get institutionalized. So you send orders to put this person into an asylum. The person gets an indifferent view on all political topics. Institutionalizing a faction leader has a chance of turning their moderate supporters indifferent. Decreases the approval of the institutionalized citizen's family, increasing the risk of them becoming rebels. So obviously that is a thing.
May I just...
Please excuse me.
Obviously it's safer to just institutionalize single people instead, but people. Rebels are not arrested by the police, as they are no immediate threat. At some point though, if they grow in numbers, they will launch a punctuated attack on one of your buildings, setting it on fire. Afterwards they leave society and become guerrillas. Not to be confused with gorillas. I see crime safety here being extremely low. I think it's just a matter of time, and there they are. They are dead. Nice. So next up, the almanac provides an overview of the estimated strength and urgency of rebel threat. We want a barracks, 2 more watchtowers on Center Island. Let's get out of archipelago view. Build a tower here. And we can build another tower. What is this? Oh, the institutionalized guy. We'll build another tower here and... Was the barracks? I think it was a barracks. Let's just build it here. By the bridge, where we need it. The rebels are starting an attack. Where are they even?
There is a rebellion, Presidente. If these rebels want your attention so badly, they should make an appointment like everybody else.
That's nice.
So we can always set high priority for our military force. You know, I'm amazed this guy isn't getting run over. Oh, there we go.
Penultimo is glad every day is not a revolution. Although every day the Earth revolves around its axis, so I suppose every day is a revolution.
Every day is Revolution Day.
It is time for you to meet someone Penultimo does not consider a friend.
Do not worry, President, he always has time for you, but do not trust him. He only loves money. A personal and semi-legal Swiss bank account. Yeah, it's just half legal. Eh. And then there's one person that will never demand anything from you, nor will he judge you for anything you do or don't. The broker. The broker will politely come in with requests once in a while. You can complete or ignore those. You can even reject them without consequences. But if they are in line with what you're planning to do anyway, they are the best way to fill your Swiss bank account. Hot, 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 hot. Sorry, I had to. So we're gonna repair this and hit the broker.
Call me the broker. I guess I had another name once. But you know what names are good for? They're good for getting you arrested, Presidente. Well, that's not my game. My game would be business. Which business? Hey, what have you got?
Let's talk realpolitik.
I came to see you as soon as I found these were available, Presidente. What do you think?
So a request is gonna come in eventually. I think. It's supposed to happen. It will come eventually. What's this?
What use is power if you don't exercise it? It'd wither away like a muscle you weren't using. Disastrous.
Now I know you want to lose the power you have, Presidente. You worked so hard to get what you clearly deserve. But you have so much power, I was wondering if you might spare a little cup of power for your neighbors who would like a slight change to the law.
Want to make a quick buck? Superpowers would pay a tidy sum to conduct a few small thermonuclear tests.
Just small
This
ones.
is bound to be popular with the local residents, especially if you tell them radiation will give their skin a healthy glow and help them save money on haircuts. Everyone knows that this is the atomic age, and we wouldn't want Tropico to get left behind, would we?
No, I won't want that.
All done? Wonderful. What's done is done. After all, no refunds.
You're probably wondering what you need a Swiss bank account for. Well, there are some things ordinary money cannot buy. And coincidentally, this is where the broker can help you out as well. Once in a while he will present you a selection of benefits from which you can choose one by paying him with money from a Swiss bank account. So basically we can because somebody keeps saying that everybody keeps siding with the Axis. I'm gonna say we get some standing with the US of A. And then immediately build a pirate cove. These are fun, by the way. They're gonna increase a little crime here, but nothing too bad. Only one dock?
May I help you?
Well, if that's all it takes. You know, it's kind of funny. The first time I did this tutorial, there was 2 nurses escorting a fully armed rebel. Totally safe. So, since we have Pirate Cove, we can't have them not pirating. So let's send them on a few treasure hunts. Let's give them a real big telescope, and apparently I can't give them a higher budget right now. I think I can only do this in between raids. Yeah, you can't make changes while the raiders are on a mission. Cool. So this hunt is nearly done. So the best thing raiders can do is steal the famous world wonders from all over the globe. Meaning, we're gonna steal Stonehenge. That's right. We're stealing friggin' Stonehenge. I love this music. Do we have Stonehenge yet? No raid in progress. Does Stonehenge need more raid points? How about we do this? I have no idea if this will help. We'll see. We're still generating raid points. Worst case, we're just gonna have to wait more. Do they automatically? Get raid points? I'm pretty sure they're supposed to. Let us see. Should be about to complete another treasure hunt. $5,000 raid points, perfect. We're setting out for Stonehenge.
We were ready to haul the rocks, but suddenly there were druids everywhere.
No! Seems we might have mistimed our plundering this time. There was some kind of super solstice or equinox or ultravox or something going on when we arrived. I reckon we would have taken it, but the gang's superstitious about men in dresses. We have no choice but to wait for a current moon cycle to end. So we gotta wait for 720 days. Hey, how's it going, BFTD? Or should I call it... We have halftime. Around 370 days to go. Equinox, Ultravox, Aquanox, whatever it may be, it's over. And next up,
set sail for booty once more.
Everything is ship-shaped and with fashionable bristles, Captain. Not wrong with me nauticals now. We'd give you a round of applause, but ye might have to make do with the sound of some one-hand clappings. Hold on a second. That thing said penultimo. Is penultimo pirating?
Disaster of disasters. The crew is sobering up. Worse still, they are asking questions about employment conditions and workplace safety.
Most seriously, the grog has too much water and not enough rum. We can only dilute so far before the punch loses its punch. And without good grog, progress is our special acquisition is going slower than a hooked hand pirate folding laundry. So we're just gonna throw money at it.
Set sail for booty
once more.
We've done it. The rocks rolled off the deck and onto the dock.
Now none of my men are literate, so there are no written instructions for how to punch the henge back together. But I drew some pictures. You just need to attach lintel P to standing stone I using the diagram on page 8. Then attach the ropes, which were not included. Simple. So let's just, boom.
Presidente, as promised, I do indeed gasp in awe at the effortless way in which you completed my workout.
Oh. Alright. I'm just gonna do one map before I skedaddle, which is the very first joint adventure of El Presidente and his loyal aide Penultimo. The story tells of how they met, a murder conspiracy, and Penultimo's masterful plan to fund their way to independence by smuggling gold nuts.
Most beloved Presidente, do you remember Tropico? Emerald palm trees, platinum beaches, and crystalline seas, from which the sun reflects like the twinkling of jewels and golden coins. It is I, Presidente, Penultimo, your faithful aide, your biggest fan. I chronicled your triumphs. Fear not, for nothing was written down. Penultimo never forgets. Unless he is told to, of course. So, let us enjoy these stories of the past. And what better place to start than the time you first met your loyal Penultimo, oh, most successful Presidente. It was like the first sunrise of my life.
Hello there. You must be the new governor. I'm Lord Wyndham, voice of the crown, and it's your job to do as I say. Until your mandate runs out, at least.
So, weed a sugar plantation. I don't know why the game scrolled out all the way to here. But we want to zoom into here and I don't know about trade routes yet. But we want a sugar plantation, so let's have one. Food and resources. And sugar. Which we can arguably have many places. But I'm gonna opt for here, where there's 100% efficiency. And who wouldn't want that?
I have new instructions. I mean, suggestions. The plantation's growing nicely, I take it? Hmm? Filthy thing, nature. But there's money in it.
We're gonna need manpower. Is this for 100% efficiency? There isn't as much room for the crops as I thought. Oh well. So let's build a rum distillery.
Your
For maximum
distillery
budget it
seems
is.
to be working. Quick tip, Governor. It's best not to sample your own tipple, if you get my meaning. Jolly good.
Jolly good.
It's my job to fully exploit these islands, insignificant as they are. Ore, bananas, giant apes, dinosaurs, whatever has monetary value.
So, we want a Teamster port on every single island. Oh, on each of the other 3 islands. My bad. Meaning, 1 here, 1 here, and 1 somewhere up here. Now we're just gonna let that run its course as we establish a trade route. For rum, 20% markup. With the crown.
More, Governor, more. Always more. Hop to it. The crown demands.
Sure. Sadly, we can't research any upgrades.
Governor, do the ends
But-
justify being mean? But for independence, any sacrifice is worthwhile.
We're gonna work toward independence. After that, we can screw around with the population as much as we like. But right now, we want a library. I'm gonna have one built here, but I'm also gonna have a second sugar plantation. Somewhere right up here. Boom. That way we can maximize rum export. Well, my team's support and we're good.
Viva la revolution! Together, Governor Ju, I, and the people will turn everything around.
What do we do? I think... Let's get random blueprints. You know, circuses and whatnot. Cool as revolutionary immigrants would be. Oh yeah, let's decrease sugar consumption while we're at it. The thunder still.
The cruel, salty sea, she burns the lungs of young Penultimo. The sensation is quite unpleasant.
But thanks to you, I am delivered from the tentacles of fate. Are you a great leader? If so, it would be my honor to pledge my undying support to you, your regime, and your treasury. For I am Penultimo, the most remarkable aide any leader ever had.
Imagine my joy at being back on an island with brick buildings and indoor plumbing, and at having someone to talk to who is not a coconut.
Governor, I feel an irrepressible desire to assist you, as if helping you was in my blood. But let us not spill any blood to find out. Instead, let us use my immense experience with coconuts to ensure they are shipped out to shore efficiently.
You're doing splendidly, Governor. Oh, by the way, I don't suppose you've seen any valuable metal on your travels? Any...
Shh, my governor, we must talk, but not too loudly, as walls have ears, and not too softly, or we shall not hear one another, and we will be forced to repeat ourselves.
We have discovered gold. The crown will want it, but you could export this gold to fund a struggle for independence. So we want a pirate cove and a mine. Let's first build some gold mines. Or at least one. Maybe two. Maybe even more. Buildings in a way, can't have that. We want a gold mine and we want a coconut harvester. I love the SOS, by the way.
Governor, the people have a request, but for safety reasons, it is a secret request.
Alright, more corn to produce.
Our revolution is as yet only marginally glorious, but with your continued support, Governor, the people will make it shine.
Advanced bow services increase the upkeep. But ships are faster. That sounds pretty reasonable. But this is all just research, so eh. Also, we want a pirate cove. Was it raids and military? I kind of want to place it down here. But I think I'll place it here instead. Have at least one upgrade with deckhands.
Governor, I have successfully milked my former coconut friends for all they're worth. And there is so much more I can do for you.
Why are you wasting your time here? All I see is coconuts, and I hate coconuts. Vile, furry, sloshing things.
Coconuts are the reason I'm here. After years of bootlicking, I finally arrived at King's Court, only to be slipped a coconut canapé.
The Crown's advisors commissioned an inventory of your island's resources. This expensive survey suggests that you have many trees.
Is that a steamboat? Love it. Is that guy shirtless?
I ask myself, Governor, do the ends justify being mean?
We want a tavern. Right over yonder. Here seems fine.
I suppose that we should do something with all that spare wood, don't you think? Maybe...
Phone call.
So, it seems that we are unable to find gold. The Crown isn't angry, Governor. The Crown is merely disappointed.
Our revolution is as yet only marginally glorious. Corruption is so rife, Governor, that our revolution is as yet only marginally glorious, but with your continued support, Governor, the people will make it shine.
Alright, where were we? We were at gold smuggling. Our pirate cove has to finish that raid first. Revenues in a net positive.
Corruption is so rife, Governor, that we have to pay a bribe to find out how much to pay in bribes.
Ahoy, Governor! Or is it a vast? There is still so much to learn about piracy. I mean, undocumented trade.
Penultimo has already found you a Yar crew and a salty vessel. Or is that the other way around? So we can move these important yet heavy boxes to a secure location that absolutely isn't a haven for freebooters and ne'er-do-wells. We do not yet have any boots to free, but I'm working on it too. These guys are gonna need some gold. But yeah, we might want to build an additional Teamster office, that's a good point. Just so we can secure more transportation.
Good job, old chum. That wharf is practically sagging under the weight of cold, wet, slippery fishes.
Boom, 6 years.
Our revolution is as yet only marginally glorious, but with your continued support, Governor, the people will make it shine.
Now then, you should know who I am. Lord Roger Wyndham, right hand of the crown. At least I was until... well, that's not your concern. I'm here to lick you lazy tropical types into shape for the Empire. You'll find me firm, but unfair, which is how it should be. So, I don't want to hear any whining. Now, where are my slippers?
I am the infamous revolutionary Sofia Ortega, and this is my struggle. My people are oppressed. We cannot benefit from our own efforts as rich men always take what we make for themselves. But I shall not rest until my people are free. Except for sleep and weekends and maybe tea breaks. I shall not rest undeservedly until my people are free.
There's a lurker in here. But more importantly...
Oh, didn't think we'd ever get back to Tropico.
I love his timing. Everything is ship-shaped when a fashionable Bristol's captain. Not wrong with me nauticals now. We'd give you a round of applause, but you might have to do with the sound of some one-hand claps.
Governor, you mine gold for the cause and so earn my respect, but shh. It is a respect that must remain secret.
The morale of the people has improved. Never had gold before been had by us. Nor morale for that matter. And more brothers and sisters rush, hurry, walk leisurely to a cause. Though our freelance secret trading experts are recruiting very well.
Oh, savior of my unworthy life, let me prove my value. Penultimo is sneaky, Penultimo is clever, and Penultimo knows which side his bread is buttered.
Does he though? Thanks to the pirates and your genius, Governor, we have established a rather furtive little trade route to export our gold inside coconuts. You see, Lord Wyndham is a naturally suspicious man, but he hates coconuts. So that's where we must hide the gold. Then we can export these coconuts to raise the funds for your campaign of independence. And Penultimo suddenly became an American.
Corruption is so rife, Governor, that we have to pay a bribe to find out how much to pay in bribes.
But we wanna set the work mode to secret protocol. And totally not suspiciously set him to maximum budget. You guys may wanna... Hunt for treasure? Let's roll with that. And let's give that lumber mill nothing.
Our revolution is as yet only marginally glorious, but with your continued support, Governor, the people will make it shine.
I feel like building new stuff. Maybe another 2 mines. Seems like the right thing to do, doesn't it? gonna slap 2 mines on here. This seems alright. Boom. Add some deckhands, and we're good. Man, we still need to complete a trade route. We're at 7,000 something out of 50,000 rum. That's a bit of a shame. Let's do the same with fish. Gold. Maybe not logs. Export a little sugar, just to have the crown trade route completed.
I ask myself, Governor.
Good work, Governor. The palm tree population of the island is much reduced, and I, for one, am sleeping better because of it.
Nice.
Viva la revolution! Together, Governor Ju, I, and the people will turn everything around.
Let's get a random blueprint.
I'm glad you're exporting goods, Governor, but I've been watching the dock workers, and you know, I think they might be lazy.
How dare you insinuate such a nasty rumor? How are we doing on trade? Oh yeah, sugar's almost done. Man, the 5% markups are almost not worth it. Almost.
Governor, the people have a request. Before safety.
You want to complete a loot raid? Sure. Let's loot some coal logs, pineapple. How about we go for coconuts, sugar, and wool? That seems like a reasonable thing to loot. Boom. Sugar's all done. So next up we can export some coconuts. 20% markup. Love it.
Well, you did the right thing, which is whatever the crown says it is.
Yes.
Cream tea?
So we're up to 7 years mandate. we're gonna keep going. I feel like we need more coconuts though. What if we add a second coconut harvester? Maybe down here. Boom. Let's increase their budget while we're at it. And revenue is still in the net positive.
Excuse me, old sport. I need a teensy tiny favor.
Another trade route? How are we actually looking on those? Gold is ways from fulfilled. Rum is fish is so-so. Let's get 2 more licenses. Get some planks out, I suppose. And of course more rum. Yar. Wait, this ain't right. What happened? Planks of sugar, check. We're gonna want... maybe another gold trade route. Or we export more sugar. And more gold? Oh, never mind.
I must say I'm glad to be still working with you.
Oh yeah, we need... I completely overlooked that. We need a gold route, or a gold nut trade route. Totally.
Governor, this is one of the sneakiest
I can't believe I
coconut-related
forgot
gold
that.
smuggling plans I have ever participated in.
But you must be careful.
I've been chatting with the king, and we agree you're doing well. Making money, what? But life's not all work, you know. Culture's the thing for people in power.
Alright, so we need a newspaper. First off. And of course also a theater. Which I guess we'll put over here somewhere. Yeah, that sounds like the most convenient place to place a theater in. No, seriously, where am I supposed to put a theater? Let me first worry about a newspaper though. This is fine. So we can place a theater here, I suppose. Do we have any missing blueprints? No. Oh, of course we wanna spread independence.
Viva la revolution! Together, Governor Ju, I, and the people will turn everything around.
Let's get more immigrants. Revolutionaries.
What a lovely theatre. My playwright has nearly finished The Story of Your Life. We just need a really dramatic ending.
Governor, we must now attend the theater. It is possible that this is not a trap. It is also possible that I will one day be king of the world.
Is the loot rate happening? Ah, it's almost done.
It's nice to have choices, isn't it? But
Let's ban out of trade lessons. You know what I think? I'm thinking we're gonna keep this one free. Use it to export some meat. We're in a net negative, aren't we?
Viva la revolution! Together, Governor Ju, I, and the people will turn everything around.
I think we're gonna need to start taking care of some rent. Get some bunk houses out here. Maybe a country house or two. Or 3, 4, 5. Another bunkhouse down here. One, two, maybe a... Alright, we have no cars. I forgot. It's not like this many bunkhouses. Think that I'll take care of some of the money problems that we have. Let's keep exporting some meat.
Well, you did the right thing.
And let us stop screwing around and visit the theater, because I gotta skedaddle. And this entire scenario should end after visiting the theater. I think.
Oh, we see these days.
Select El Presidente, visit building.
Follow in my footsteps.
Where'd you at, bro? Ah, missing a hat. But that's right. Teatro del Tropico.
Corruption is so rife, Governor, that we have to pay a bribe to find out how much to pay.
Governor, I am shot. Oh, alas, poor penultimo. As I reached for the peanuts, something went bang, then bang again. 9 more times.
It wondered about the construction of this luxury box. It's very open, isn't it? It is special theater designed by the crown and has a lot of shelved eaves. I'm just glad that Penultimo dies, not you, Great One. Remember, loyal Penultimo with just a little statue.
Penultimo is a national hero. We respect those who get shot for the cause. Some of us hope to get shot ourselves one day.
When he awakens, would you give him a gift from his people? It's just a coconut, a heavy one, and also a symbol of a struggle. Let's build some guard towers. It is what Penultimo would want. Also, we probably want a guard tower here as well. Maybe just maybe a fort or two.
More, Governor, more. Always more.
Build 2 ranches. We can do that. As a matter of fact, I'm gonna build a crocodile ranch. And then we maybe want to build something like a sheep ranch. Right here by the crocodile ranch. That can absolutely not go wrong. In any shape or form whatsoever. Some bunkhouses while at it.
Our revolution is as yet only marginally glorious, but with your continued support...
Of course. Do we need any Teamsters? I don't think so.
Corruption is so rife, Governor, that we have to pay a bribe to find out how much to pay in bribes.
Let's quick build these.
Well, you did the right thing.
Extend the mandate. And hopefully we're not gonna have as many homeless anymore. Though that's a big emphasis on hopefully. Can we have another bunkhouse here? Thank you. And a small country house here. Another one here. Just to completely snuff out homelessness. Alright. Everything is working out as planned.
Excuse me, old sport. I need a teensy tiny favor.
He needs us to fulfill a trade route. Is there anyone close to fulfilling? That may take a while. Oh, we can always buy the last 2 trade licenses. Then just, you know, export something like minimal hides. Maximum cotton. Trade is my trade. How are these guys still broke? Did they have work?
We are prepared for invasion, my governor. And here they come.
Nice.
Oh, Governor, you look so pretty today. Oh, sorry, I have been bleeding a little since I was shot, and my head feels very light.
What comes first? Which method will we use? How about we go with liberty?
It is time. We no longer whisper, but rather shout revolution from the rooftops today. We demand, politely, to be free.
Something does not feel quite right, Governor. I have a powerful desire to call you Presidente.
Yes, that sounds good. And while it's only fair that the Crown receives all of our exports as we are their colony, perhaps it would make a change if you weren't governed with an iron fist. I can't help but notice that the will of the people is leaning in, shall we say, a more independent direction.
My
New
governor,
task.
the people are filled with bile. Their hate of the crown is making them sick. Or perhaps it is the rum. The people are very happy with their fort, governor, and hope they never have to use it. For war, that is. We already store the rum there.
The people know the conflict is inevitable. Can they put their trust in your governor as the dream of independence? Or must they put their trust in the rum as they drink for insensibility?
The people of Tropico love you almost as much as I do, Governor. We
Let's
have such
declare independence.
exquisite...
Viva la revolution!
Excellent. I knew you had a good head on your shoulders. and would want to keep it there.
I'll take this money to a treasury and inform them that we've ditched another of the backwaters. Cool.
My heart
Tulip.
swells with joy as I greet my fearless leader for the first time.
Governor, you did it. At last, let us savor the sweet taste of freedom. Mmm. Mmm. It tastes a bit like coconut.
And so, the story is told. That is how we met, Presidente. The most important time of my life. I still have the assassin's bullets, you know. I keep them close to my heart. Who would imagine that such a story would be only a minor chapter in somebody's life? But you, most celebrated Presidente, your life has seen adventure enough for 100 normal people. 1,000! But those are stories for another day. Now old Penultimo is tired. Old Penultimo will sleep and dream of your past glories, my Presidente. You have done it, Presidente. Victory is ours. I mean, victory is yours.
Nobody doubted that you would succeed, Presidente, at least of all loyal Penultimo. But seeing you scale the dizzy heights of this accomplishment is enough to make me swoon. If only there were a game, I would wish for some kind of endless mode, so that you could go on and on forever, but alas, this is merely real life. You know what? A sandbox game? To figure out how long you would last? That might be an interesting project for some time. Keep it running for a couple of years. Once a week or once a month. I'll think about it. But for now I'm gonna sign off. I have things to be doing and a job to wake up for tomorrow at 7 or 9 a.m. I think it's close to 7. So I'll be seeing you guys around. Hola!